attribute training. Bob looks scary.
Freeze, punk, give me all your pizza.
Attribute training, let's go. Welcome to another episode of Attribute Training, guys. Now, I know a lot of us in 2020 relied on ordering a lot of takeout. But what we're gonna do today is order some fake outs. Fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out.
Now, when I say fake out, what I'm talking to is when I'm sparring my partner. I'm gonna basically make them think I'm doing something that I'm not to create an opening, and I take advantage of them.
And pop them straight in the moneymaker or other selected target area thing. First thing we're gonna do is review the basics so we can put these combinations together efficiently. Starting out with a simple jab cross. Since we're doing a live themed drill today, make sure you're shuffling in and out of range before and after your technique. Keep your chin tucked down, fully extend your strike. Breathe as you strike, helps you not get winded. Rotate your wrist, hit with those two largest knuckles. Now we're gonna do a hook, but with a little twist. We're gonna start with that lightning V motion like many of us have done in the past. That same side that steps, that same hand is going to load up, throw a hook punch towards the opponent's head or body. Make sure your knuckles are still making contact, rotate your hips, and make sure your front heel comes off the ground. Cover hand should be up by your chin the whole time, step back to where you started, and then do the same thing on the other side. All that other good jam, sham that you know and love. And lastly, we're gonna go over a kicking combination. We're gonna go a front, round, spin, side kick. Starting from your guarding stance, your front leg does the front kick. Make sure your toes are flexed back, making contact with the ball of your foot. Plant forward with the kicking leg, pivot that foot away from your center line, round kick with the back leg, hitting with the shin with your toes pointed. This is where it gets weird. You're gonna plant forward after the round kick, past your center line, turn over the opposite shoulder so you can stare at your target, and then your first leg is gonna do the side kick. Boom shaka whip, it's combo time. Fake out combination one. Fake out, fake out, fake out. Yep. It's called a cross step hook. I'm gonna do a cross, and that same hand steps forward into the hook. If I'm sparring an intelligent opponent and I'm throwing that cross, odds are he's gonna slip to the outside of that cross, so more targets of mine are available to him. I'm gonna prevent this from happening by stepping forward, cutting him off, and that's why I hook with the same hand. A little bit of fancy footwork, but it's a very effective sparring technique. Let's practice this. Punching with the backhand from your guarding stance. Really twist the hips on that cross. Assuming they slip to the outside of that punch, you're gonna cut them off by doing that same step with that lightning V motion that we went over. I'm gonna do a hook punch with that same crossing hand, simulating cutting them off and hitting them in the gullet or the moneymaker. And if you want to, you can do it on both sides. The next one is my personal favorite. It's gonna be a jab hook combination with a little bit of a twist. I need to get my partner thinking he knows what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna switch it up on him. So I'm gonna constantly be throwing jab crosses, switching up the elevation. Now he's got jab cross in his mind, so I'm gonna throw the old switcheroo when I see that he's taking the bait. So again, I'm throwing jab crosses, then all of a sudden, I do a jab hook with the same hand. I might even add a fake cross, like I'm getting this hand right here so he thinks the cross is coming, but I'm really loading up for that. That's why it's one of my personal favorites. It's hard to block. I shuffle forward jab. When I twist, my hand is basically faking him out, making him think it's the cross. Then I rotate into the hook. Another personal favorite, this is called a question mark kick. I'm gonna do both kicks with the same leg. So I'm getting them thinking that I'm throwing front kicks. Could be high, could be low. When they start taking the bait and blocking that front kick because they're sick getting the kick, I'm gonna take that foot, swing it around to the outside behind me, chambering for a round kick. That requires a pivot with your non-kicking leg. From there, I do a round kick to a different location on the body. Next one still counts as a fake out, but it's definitely more of a powerhouse move. The old back knuckle spin side kick. On this one, I'm gonna back knuckle with my front hand, hitting with the back part of my hand on this strike, not the regular punching surface. From there, I spin over my back shoulder, spot my target, and do a spin side kick with my rear leg. I give the opponent my back in hopes that they'll take advantage of it and try to close the gap in on me. But they're really just walking into a massive spin side kick to the chest. This one's the most challenging one out of the 5, but I know you guys got this. Last one, the old fake chicken round. The average Joe doesn't enjoy getting striking multiple times in the peroneal nerve,
So that's exactly how I'm going to set them up. I'm going to do consistent round kicks low to the leg throughout the round, so they know that that's a kick that I can effectively land. When they stop liking receiving that strike, and they take the bait, creates an opening, so I'm going to switch round kick and come them up to the head. When I'm ready to do my switch, the first kicking leg points to the outside away from my center line. As I kind of hop and switch, preparing for my chicken round kick, round kicking with my other leg to the head. That pivot is really important when you do your switch, so take your time. And that concludes today's episode of Attribute Training, everybody. Hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you next time. High foot!